got some serious alpha dropping today. It's going to drive adoption to Nacho, drive adoption to Kaspa, and it's also ultimately going to push Nacho in the right direction forward. And we're super excited to have all these amazing networking opportunities. We got to meet people like people that are a part of Kaspa funding. We got to meet Kaspa Silver, ASIC miner representatives, right? And we got to network and
JD,
JD, God bless him, amazing person, right?
The one Lambo.
So frog went Lambo. But I'm super excited to have Ashton here bring this alpha to you guys. It was thoroughly thought and put together. It's excellent, and this will be recorded so you can see this time and time again. And it's also in the white paper in the new roadmap. 16 pages of straight alpha. It's incredible. So
yeah, if you haven't read the white paper, definitely give it a shot. You definitely want to read the white paper.
Yep. So thank you so much. I see everyone stopping by. God bless. I hope you guys are all doing well. Nacho Nation support to you guys, and thank you so much for supporting us, right? It's really amazing. This is my first time, meeting Ashton and stuff like this.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yep, and you guys are gonna be able to see him here soon. Don't think we're not gonna show you guys the wizard, all right? We have to show the wizard. We have to show the wizard, right? As he would say, right on. All right, right on. Yep. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Sounds good. Alrighty, guys.
All right, let's turn the attention over here. All right, to the wizard himself. Jesus. Cigarette. All right, happy Kaspa 3rd birthday to everybody listening. Can you guys see the screen share? Can you just put in the chat? Can you see the presentation that I'm sharing? No. Iron Fox says no. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's going to be important. I can see this though. Look. I think you have it a specific app or something. Because I can see the Discord.
Oh. Wait, are you sharing your screen on Discord?
Or are you sharing the screen on your computer?
No. Share.
Screen right now for a device. Okay, make selection. Share entire screen.
Now, if you open up your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Bingo.
There we go.
Money.
All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. We are rolling on hotel Wi-Fi, and we are on the roof, so I don't think there's that much signal out here. But what we wanted to present today was basically the future for Nacho the Cat and how we're going to make what we've all built together sustainable. So what we're talking about here is development and growth plans. And a lot of this really is revenue streams and how we're going to fund things in the future. But since we're recording this, it's going to go on Twitter and everything. I am going to go through a quick background on Nacho first, so everyone here at Kaspa Day and that watches in the future knows what we're all about. So, meeting Nacho. I mean, everyone here knows Nacho is Shy's cat. We created this project really to be a combination of a meme coin and a utility project. We wanted to bring new people into the Kaspa ecosystem with the hype of a founder's pet and a solid bear launched coin or token, I should say. But the utility piece is important because it's not just a meme coin. It's not just about hype and pump and dump and price go up mentality. We're adding valuable assets to the Kaspa ecosystem and specifically doing it in a meaningful way. We're filling gaps that exist now in a well thought out way. So you guys know about tokenomics and stats, right? 16,000 holders. We got 40 million market cap. We're averaging 7 figures of volume regularly in 24 hours. And very, very soon, we're going to see 6+ exchanges with Weeks and CoinStore coming up really soon. I think this is likely CoinStore in the next, let's say 10 days, maybe. And then Weeks should be in November, probably mid-November. So those are coming real soon. Now, like we've talked about in the blockchain banter space a lot of times, and I know we've talked to the community a lot, a good project is driven by a mission and it adheres to important values. Our mission is bridging the gap between the average crypto participant and the brilliance that is the Kaspa network. The values we follow, and you guys see this in all of the marketing content that comes out, all of the code that we build and everything, they're these 6, right? Transparency, open source, decentralized, accessible, equitable for everybody, and most important to our conversation today, sustainable. So let's dive in here. Look at the roadmap. You guys have seen both of these before. Listings roadmap covers what we're just talking about right now, right? CoinStore and Weeks coming soon. I'm really excited about this coming soon section that doesn't have a label. Casplex and Cat are working on some really cool decentralized trading opportunities. And those should be out pretty soon. We're going to be able to get listed on there as one of the first tokens trading on that new platform, let's say. Obviously, you guys have spoken about future listings, so that's MEXC by the end of the year, and then targeting Gate in early 2025. Now, the important thing, the reason we haven't seen MEXC or Gate at all yet is because they are expensive as hell. We need to raise money, and we've been asking for donations. We talked about donations. You guys have donated so much, and it's such an empowering community that shows us that we're doing the right thing and you guys care. But donations shouldn't fund everything. And it shouldn't be on individual community members' backs to drive adoption, drive listings, and push this forward. So we need to drive real revenue. And that's what this dev roadmap is about. Obviously, the top half we've gone through lots of times. You guys have seen it, the Kaspa nodes, Catbot, and our partnership with KFPR, CatScan as the first KRC20, and then obviously listings that we worked on. But revenue comes on the bottom half of this roadmap. Catpool is in active development. We still think that Catpool should be live on an open beta by the end of November. So we're just a few weeks away from looking at an actual Nacho-based Kaspa mining. And we're going to talk about some kind of cool things that come with that pool that we've got planned. Obviously, governance is a big important piece. It adds utility to the Nacho token, and we can impact the entire ecosystem from a governance perspective by building a tool in a right way. This whole kind of plan is a culmination that ends in CAS, the Kaspa Alliance for Transparency, and we're going to talk about these revenue streams too. So let's move on. If we go through these one by one, CatScan today is an MVP, a minimum viable product. There's pieces of it that don't work. There's pieces of it that need to be improved significantly. But it gave the industry a way to have the knowledge they needed to mint new tokens in the right way, right? To be informed and know exactly what they're doing before they just hit mint and see what the hell happens. So that MVP is important, and we got it out nice and early to do that. But it also means we have a shit ton of work to do from here, right? We've got to add better design work. We've got to add more features. We've got to add more analytics pieces. And this will allow us to create revenue streams. So on the CatScan roadmap, we're going to start integrating tasteful advertising and some project spotlight opportunities from other KRC20s, or maybe even cross-chain ecosystems that want to get some their projects too. So adding some kind of tasteful advertising like we see on cast.fyi. And some of that, or at least initially, a lot of that advertising will be our affiliate links, right? Driving more KFPR signups, driving more exchange trading, all through the links that bring revenue right back to Nacho, so you don't have to donate so much to get those next listings. So in terms of CatScan, huge improvements from a design perspective and from a revenue perspective, which we've never seen on CatScan so far. If we move forward to Catpool, my favorite topic, there's a lot of opportunity with Catpool. The first open source commercial grade mining pool for Kaspa. So we're obviously going to release it as open source code, and we want to empower local people who live in a community together to set up their own mining pool and mine collectively without any fees at all. But we'd be naive to think that most people will set up that mining pool, right? Most people, I think, want to use Catpool. They want to mine to the pool that we're running. And we're integrating three really cool things to Catpool as it comes live. So number one is an integration with a KRC20 swap provider. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Unmineable, or if you've ever seen Unmineable before, but we want to be unmineable for the Kaspa ecosystem. When miners come to Catpool to mine Kaspa, they're going to be able to get paid out in any KRC20 token. If they want their rewards paid out in Nacho, or Casper the Ghost, or Conan, whatever it is, right? Maybe it's just USD on change. They just want to get paid out in stable. They're able to do any of this stuff if they're mining the Catpool. We've set the fees for Catpool 2 at 0.75%. This is the exact same fee that Humpool charges, which is the number one Kaspa mining in our ecosystem, right? They are taking the vast majority of the hash rate. and we're matching their pricing to create a really competitive environment since our pool's open source and theirs should be. So hopefully they kind of take that lead and show us what that code does. But to drive the point home on the competitive advantage of using CapPool, we're going to take 1/3 of the fees that we collect from miners. So 0.75% is the total fee. We're going to take 0.25%, 1/3 of that, and we're going to use it to buy Nacho tokens off the open market and then redistribute them to all miners that mine against CapPool in a proportionate way to the hash rate and the shares that those miners contribute to. So not only are you matching the best pricing in the industry in terms of mining fees, 1/3 of that is coming back to you in the form of Nacho tokens as an incentive just to use CapPool and support this ecosystem. To further reduce those miner fees, holding at least 100 million Nacho tokens in the wallet that you mine against on CapPool will remove all of the fees except the buyback and distribute program. So if you hold 100 million Nacho, you can mine against CapPool for free. We will charge you 0.25% of a fee and then use that fee to buy back and distribute Nacho directly to you and other miners. So I think we're going to see a ton of adoption in terms of CapPool and people coming on board to really just get a competitive advantage and start getting paid out in Nacho. So I want to move on and talk about CatGov because I'm really excited. This was something that was on the roadmap for a little bit later. We had said that we weren't going to start working on governance platforms until the end of the year. Honestly, Kaspa DAO pushed us to do that a little bit quicker. They need help. They need a governance platform, and we're the ones to provide it. So CatGov is an open source, self-managed, and self-customized governance solution at no cost. This will empower any Kaspa ecosystem project to set up governance on their own and in their own way against their governance framework that their community has voted on and made sure that they want. But many projects, especially in KRC20, can't. They just may not be technical enough to run the entire CatGov experience, right? They may not take that open source code and be able to host the entire framework themselves. So we're going to offer a software as a service solution that is a hosted and managed CatGov experience so that any KRC20 project in the ecosystem can launch a custom governance framework, and we can offer them guaranteed uptime and dedicated user support on their governance so that their token can now have utility and they can trust that the platform is managed and available. What's really cool about this governance platform is it allows us to create like on-demand self-service type tools. So CatGov is going to allow for snapshots on demand for a small fee. So one-time solutions for like projects that may be dropping like an NFT, let's say on KRC 721 when that launches. Maybe they're going to airdrop that NFT and they need to get a snapshot of all the holders that held their token at the time or held some token, right? They're going to be able to go to catgov.xyz, hop into the snapshots tab, type in a date for what they want as the snapshot time. So CatGov, open source, self-managed, self-customized. Anyone can deploy it. Anyone can do it themselves. But if you need help, if you want a hosted and managed experience, we'll do it for you. And it's pretty reasonable. So CatGov coming later this year. Now, Kaspa Alliance for Transparency, right? We've got we've got CatGov, we've got CatPool, we've got CatStamp. They're all going to be managed and operated by the Kaspa Alliance for Transparency. And this is an organization that we intend on setting up in early 2025 to offer all of the services that you see on this screen right here. So advisory services to other projects, development support if they don't have the technical know-how to actually build the tool that they want to build. And then like recruiting and staffing. We want to help people connect with others. That we've seen so many of these, head moderators, for example, that may not be ready to continue with their current project that they're working on, and they want to start a new one or join a different one. And we can help connect those people properly. I've shared this a couple times before, but in real life, in my personal life, I run a technical recruiting firm, and this is the business that I run. So I want to bring a lot of that expertise to Kaspa so we can really be the source for finding good developers, helping staff new projects that are good ideas, things like this. And this just continues down, right? It'll enable us to create collaboration spaces. You can think like the WeWork of the Kaspa ecosystem, right? But no rug pulls and private jets. And then we talked about governance as a service. This is CatGov, right? This is the ability to have a hosted and managed experience, snapshots on demand, things like that. And this will naturally just snowball into more and more of what we can provide, right? So innovation events, things like hackathons, where we could push the industry forward by offering some of this revenue that we create as a project as a win or as a prize for the best created in a new event or a new hackathon that we're doing. Bringing in auditors so that projects like KSPR bot, for example, Caspiano, can keep their code closed source so that they have a competitive advantage, but it can be audited by a trusted third party like CAT and get that kind of stamp of approval so that the community knows it's safe. They just need that competitive advantage. And obviously, community education is going to continue. It's near and dear to our heart, something that's really important for our so we look at this at a high level. We zoom out. Revenue streams are going to drive more growth. That's the only way to do it. We can't pretend like we can rely on donations. We can't pretend like the KSPR bot royalties are going to last forever. We need to stand on our own 2 feet. And that comes from CatScan driving affiliate link revenue, KSPR bot, tangent sales, exchanges, our decentralized merch providers, miners. We were having some fun conversations with the representatives from Gold Shell and Ice River today about maybe some new affiliate revenue opportunities. And then obviously some tasteful advertising, right? Project spotlights, utility ads. I'd love to support folks like Kaspa and tools that they create. And then obviously these new projects that come out that just need to get the word out. We went over capital. We've got that kind of 0.75% minor fee. It's discounted to 0.25% for anyone who holds 100 million Nacho or more. And it really is free because that 1/3, that 0.25% fee, it's used to buy Nacho off the open market and distribute it proportionally to capital miners. Lastly, we'll see the swap API, where we're actually integrating a third-party tool that allows us to swap Kaspa on demand so you can get paid out in a KRC20 token. They give us 50% of the fees that they charge for that swap mechanism. So affiliate revenue coming back, just the perfect little positive flywheel for capital. We talked a lot about Kaspa Alliance for Transparency, managed governance, on-demand snapshots, project advisory services, closed source code auditing, development support, recruitment services, events and hackathons. And this publicly, I'd like to officially and publicly invite any other project in the KRC20 ecosystem to join us in the Kaspa Alliance for Transparency. It's an important project. We're looking for partners that can contribute and help drive more collaboration and just good energy, goodwill in the environment. So if you're a KRC20 project, you're like, hey, this stuff's cool. I want to be a part of it. I got some ideas. Reach out to us. Be a part of it. Be part of the alliance. An alliance is more than one party. We got to get you guys involved. So thank you. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. I'll answer them. And happy birthday to our favorite layer 1 ecosystem. So I hope it helped. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's super awesome. This is the wizard himself, ladies and gentlemen. This is the wizard himself. This is super bullish. And what we're essentially creating for Nacho is a self-sustaining ecosystem that can help push us forward without having to ask for everyone's help, because everyone's in their own different situation, financially and emotionally, right? And this gives Nacho a life of its own while giving utility, helping others, and giving back and driving adoption for both CAT, other KRC20 tokens, and us as well. So I'm super excited. And, what was just a meme is exploding into a world of utility and, connection between different KRCs and different ideas. So welcome everyone. This is just awesome. This is the very beginning of a pivotal point in Nacho's time right now. So I am beyond excited. BT, you got anything, brother?
I think you covered everything, honestly, man. The only thing I have is if you guys have any questions or anything we want to answer, just if anybody wants to come up and speak on stage, let me just set this up so I can hear you guys. Just anybody, feel free, please. So we have 36 people in here. What do you guys like the presentation? That's good. I'm glad.
Thank you, Cam. I see Cam in there. Thank you. God bless, brother.
And we'll have the slides out too. As soon as this is done, I'll post the slides in the announcement too, so you guys can see that and zoom in.
We have Casper here. We have Kaspa. Caspi is here.
KSPR bot.
KSPR bot.
Kaspa Silver.
Yeah, Kaspa Silver is here as well.
Super awesome, man.
Reps from Gold Shell and Ice River.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. We're having a blast here so far, and the networking it's just incredible to put these faces to names and meet these people. Remember all the conversations and ideas that you had to see them come to fruition and all these people. It's just super awesome, and I think this is going to help drive adoption for Kaspa and KRC20 as a whole. This is what we need, is that unity to push us in the right direction, essentially. I'm super happy that all you guys are here and you had to hear what Ashton had to say. Right, it's incredible, and this is really pivotal for Nacho, because I know a lot of us came into here very early, and we were thinking about it was just a meme and stuff like that, but it's flourishing and it's going to create an ecosystem that unites everyone, and every voice is heard, and every piece of skill and innovation and ideas that people have is going to contribute to Nacho's excellence and KRC20 as a whole. So I'm beyond stoked.
And definitely go read the white paper. It's 16 pages long. You're going to have to dedicate yourself. It'll be an hour. Grab a coffee, a bubbly, whatever it is, right? And enjoy it. But there are actual revenue amounts quoted, estimates in the white paper. In this presentation, we don't have them. So if you want those, you got to go actually read the white paper.
Yep. So in the actual white paper, which is 16 pages of alpha, okay? It's going to give you conservative and optimistic price predictions of different amounts of revenue that we can pull in. And this can gauge you. It's going to spark a ton of hype. This can gauge you the future for Nacho and the amount of funding that we're going to have that's self-sustaining while contributing to everyone else in the ecosystem at the same time. So it's super exciting. I really please beg you guys to go read that and spread it as much as you can, because it's going to be something huge. And I'm glad that you guys are all a part of this journey with us. Send it, BT.
Yeah, so yes, it is being recorded, by the way, to answer your question. And they said either potential of smart contracts, including the Nacho roadmap. So smart contracts that's a Kaspa thing, right? With KRC 721, right? So we're still waiting on that. We don't have a date. So that's more of just stand by.
But we can definitely tell you that when smart contracts come, Nacho's not going in. There's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of worry about, when we get smart contracts, KRC20 is not going to be usable, or it's not going to be valuable anymore. And the fact of the matter is, it's just not true. Interacting with KRC20 tokens on the Kaspa network is simply a script that gets processed by the P2SH address on the layer 1. We can write smart contracts. I would expect, I hope, that can include those scripts that interact with KRC20. So I think smart contracts just make KRC20 better.
So JSAP wants to speak, so I'll put him on here real quick. See what he has to say.
Sorry about the wind, guys.
Yeah, the little music, the vibey music. Yeah. Like layer 1.
Is it like layer 1 and 2? Layer 1 are still better. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sure. I agree. Yep, and this is being recorded. It will be recorded. Yeah. You can always refer back to this, which is excellent.
Yeah, we have JSAP on here.
Boys!
What's up?
Hey, excited about this? I'm trying to catch my breath because I was on the treadmill and I know y'all wanted people to talk, so I'm here to talk. I was pretty excited hearing about the white paper. I kind of briefed you about this, Ashton, a little bit. But once I saw the numbers, then I brought up the proposal, and funny enough, Hamburger has been going ham, no pun intended, as it's call to action on trying to get people to donate 1K, which is cool. But right above that, I had, speaking of all of the revenue streams, I'd come up with a proposal of some type of donation reimbursement program where we're able to give Nacho's able to kind of give a conservative okay, this is a conservative scenario of we'll make 200,000 cash in a month with different revenue streams, right? And so we can almost act as a KRC bank if you want to put it in that respect, because you're going to make 200,000, around 200,000. You can get more conservative than that, and you can ask people like, hey, sign up for here. We might need a minimum donation because like dealing with hundreds upon hundreds of signups doing this, but say, hey, minimum donation, I don't know, throwing a number out like 200,000 nacho or like 500 cas, and then from there you get the instant capital a lot quicker than the spree of worrying about like the cast for bot revenue. So it's like if you can make around 200,000 cas, why not say, hey, let's try and like donate here and we'll reimburse you at the end of the month once we get it back, and now you have like so much money at the beginning of the month compared to like waiting for it.
Yeah, it's basically just a way to accelerate the roadmap and listings by front running some of the revenue.
Yeah, and it would just depend what conservative estimate you can make monthly, or even ask people, hey, like, would you rather be reimbursed in 1 month or 2 months? If it's 2 months, then you could just multiply the conservative thing by two.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, I'm a big fan of that conservative idea. So I think what we do is like look at it as the most conservative possible scenario that's realistic, and then cut it in half. And then that's the maximum that could, you know what I mean? That type of thing. So we keep it real safe, real comfortable. But I think it's a big deal. And I do remember your DM, so I appreciate you coming up here and bringing it up because it's a freaking genius idea. But I think everyone's got to get a vote in on something like that. It's just a little, like we want to make sure everyone's good. So maybe we got to throw in proposals and get going.
Okay, yeah, the idea for me, it's a win-win for Nacho. It's a win-win for y'all to like raise money to potentially get the Mexi or the gate, and then it's a win-win for the holder, for the people that like want to contribute in donations, but like it might be breaking their bank for the Nacho or Cas that they have. So it's like you get the almost instant revenue right away, and then they get to donate, but then get reimbursed for that in the future.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's a killer idea. There's one other tiny thing that I want to check out, just to be fully transparent and honest with you. It's like there's a guy I know that has a lot of crypto law knowledge, and I just want to ask him, like, what's the concern? What could go wrong with this scenario before we do it? So maybe we can talk about it in like proposals, and then see, like, I can add in the detail he provides and see where it goes.
It would have to be we'd have to brainstorm a little bit. What could go wrong is it depends how many options you allow people to donate in, whether it's Nacho, Cas, or USDT, and then from there, what appreciates or depreciates compared to whenever you had the donation happen, and then to when like you're reimbursing people. So like technically, Nacho could possibly profit from that in a regard, but it could also slightly have a deficit as well. But yeah,
Makes sense. That pricing difference would be key. But if we kept it in the denominated amount of CAS or even Nacho, and we only accept those two, then we just return it in the same. I guess it may only work for CAS since all revenues generated as CAS.
Well, my question for that is, what if, like I was thinking just keeping it in CAS, but what if CAS would appreciate? Let's just say CAS 2x's, right? Like, why not? Would the CAS or bot revenues still stay the same, or would there technically be like less CAS since it's too? You understand what I'm saying? So like if CAS,
it would be essentially, I think it would be the same, because what they're charging is essentially a percentage on the CAS denominated transfer value.
Okay.
Right. And then they're paying us a percentage of that as rev share. So I don't think it's really the Kaspa bot that changes in that scenario. It's the amount of trading that changes, because it's so much more valuable that people trade less.
I was just kind of thinking, like, if CAS, let's just like make it easy, it's 10 cents. And then like if it would go up to 20 cents, that would mean that, like, let's just say the fees that you would get, instead of getting 10 like CAS, I'm just throwing numbers out, 10 CAS because it's like worth 10 cents, you would actually get like 5. Because like now that CAS is 2 times value, you'd be getting less CAS.
Yeah, so this is definitely the voting part, because we got to have people like know what they're expecting, because getting reimbursed your your fiat value at a different amount of cash in the future is different than returning the same amount of cash, right? So that's got to be real careful. But dude, killer idea. I love it. Let's start talking about it. I think.
Bet. I'll get back on the treadmill. I'll mute. Take care, boys.
Enjoy. Anyone else got questions or want to come up on stage or anything? Never base the value off USDT. Keep it. Yeah. Yeah, I think most people will agree with you, Frog, because if you're getting reimbursed later at USDT value, there's a huge opportunity cost to having donated. And that can create a bad taste in someone's mouth for donating at all. I think most people agree with you, but let's talk about it. God, I didn't realize I looked this old. This wind is killing my face. Holy crap. First time you guys see me, and I'm old and ugly.
Next time I'll be with a wizard hat. I'll boss you on before I get here.
Hat. Gotta get a wizard hat with the Nacho.
That's fine.
Thank you, Aaron. Awesome. Thank you, dude. You killed this.
Really is a real person.
Realer than I'd like to be some days. I think we're good, man. I don't know what else. I don't know what else you guys got.
I think that sums it up.
So,
if nobody else has anything?
Yep, for now, ladies and gents, we're going to leave it at that. And we're going to continue to push this forward and engage with the community, answer any questions and stuff like that. We're going to continue networking here because we have some familiar and important faces here. And we're going to continue to take photos and keep you guys up to speed with what we're doing. So we're super excited.
So you said how many people will be there? Are you talking about here right now in Miami? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just responded.
Okay, perfect.
80-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you guys have any other questions or if anybody wants to talk, feel free. Otherwise, we might cut it and go socialize some more, see if we can pick some people's brains.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to corner a couple people before we leave.
Yeah,
most definitely. For sure.
Still some Nacho. Get out of here, Frog.
Get out of here, Frog.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's see some people typing, so I'll wait to see if they have to say anything. Sources learn how to mine. YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Red Panda Mining, Greater Good Mining, Argon Mining.
Oh, yep, Argon Mining. There you go. That's your source right there. Argon Mining on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Cat Academy ?
Cat Academy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Academy?
Yeah.
But I gotta say, it's been a great time here. It's great actually meeting Ashton in person.
Yep. Finally putting the face to Ashton.
Awesome. Yep. Hopefully in the future, more of you will be able to come here. I'll be able to see more faces, meet people in person. That would be great. I know we're gonna have more of these events coming up this year, next year. I know we have one in Australia. Maybe Frog will come out as well.
It does, Frog. The swag does fit good. Thank you so much. Shout out to Frog for making the merch.
Oh yeah. Show it off for a second.
Yeah, let's show off the merch.
Yeah, drop a link, Frog, in the chat so that people know where to go.
Oh yeah, the website.
Yep.
So the website is up now. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check out the website, please do. It looks phenomenal.
And if you don't see your name on the website, and it should be, hit us up. We can get you up there really easily. Want to make sure everyone's represented.
Also, the first thing I told Ashton when I saw Ashton, I saw him at the airport, and I had told him, brother, Ashton, for those of you who don't, it doesn't do justice in the video, but Ashton is 6'4", and the first thing I tell Ashton is, Ashton, you are the size of the daily Bitcoin candle right now. You are fucking huge. Yeah, I told him, dude, you are a Bitcoin candle. What the hell is going on here? But yeah, that's the first thing. After all this time working with him, that's the first thing I told him. So I just wanted to add that. It was pretty funny. You gotta be taking videos.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was a good little space. It wasn't too long. Wasn't too short. So I think we covered everything we needed to cover.
Yep.
So you guys have nothing else?
No, we're good.
Perfect.
Go check out the website. Read the multi-page white paper. Let us know what questions you got, and we'll have more soon.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you all for showing up. I know it was very last minute, but we'll definitely see you all next time.
Yep.
Have a
Thank
good
you
one.
guys.